Welcome to SQL Server Table Partitioning from Brent, Ozar Unlimited. My name is Kendra Little, and I'm a Microsoft Certified Master in SQL Server. I'll be your guide today to walk you through scripts you can use to create a test environment for table partitioning. You can use this environment to learn about partitioning either from the start or to discover how to test changes and the impact that they might have in a production environment where you already have table partitioning configured. We won't be able to cover absolutely everything about table partitioning today. That would be more like a 3 or 4 day conference session where we talked about everything from internals to query tuning. Instead, the idea today is to teach you how to fish a little bit, to give you some scripts for a sample table partitioning environment that you can set up in SQL Server 2008 or higher that you can use to explore these concepts and learn what the table partitioning feature might be able to do for you or how to manipulate it in a smarter, savvier manner that prevents extra downtime for your users. You always need a test environment. And I believe in this a lot just when you're working with SQL Server in general, but particularly if you have a complex feature like table partitioning in play, when you make changes to your partition scheme or your partition function, things might happen in a way that would be different than you could expect. So you need an environment where you can plan out what you're going to do and see when you make your changes exactly what happens in SQL Server after you make those, because it might decide to do things a little differently than you would think, or it might not allow you to do everything that you think it might allow you to do. So these scripts let you answer all of those how do I questions, and there's a lot within a safe environment without having unexpected performance issues or downtime in production. Here's just an example of one of the many how do I questions that comes up with table partitioning. Let's say I've established a partition scheme that uses many file groups to map all of these different file groups to my partition function. And I need to change where the data sits on one of the partitions in the file group. What do I do? It sounds like a simple question, right? Turns out the answer is actually quite complex. And people tend to come to me with questions like this. How do I do this? What's the best way to do this? And it's understandable to ask, but the truth is, a lot about what you might want to do is going to depend on whether you're using a right or left partition function, what type of storage environment you're using, what your goals really are and what the problem you're really trying to solve is, how much downtime you can have. All of those are going to influence the steps that you take to accomplish this. And so you really have to know all of those factors to answer the question. So that means, even the issue of flawlessly remembering a complex set of steps to get this done is one part. But then designing the best solution based on all your specific factors is the secondary part too. So this script empowers you to answer those questions in the best way possible for your environment. That's enough introduction. Now we're going to go ahead and dive into the scripts. Let's get going.